Hi guys, welcome back. We're now on to the windows of hashtag Anastasia August, which is my hashtag for this month. Next month will be hashtag September Rain, and it will be all things by Rain Printing. Right, now we did the dress and her jewellery, the same green, and we did the same green for these windows. Now I've been looking at it, I watched it back, the last one, and as I watched it back, I saw something completely different to what I'd seen looking at it like now in real life. So we are going to do stained glass windows, but we are going to keep it greens. So instead of the greens we were using last time, this time we are going to use light, and I can't pronounce it, Prothalo green, Prothalo green and dark Prothalo green. So I've probably pronounced that completely wrong, but I'm a dumbass, so there you go. I'm sure you know what green I will mean. If you want the numbers, I can give you the numbers, which is 101, sorry, 161, 162 and 264 are the numbers. So I'm going to do the stained glass, and I think that's what we'll do this time, is just the glass, and then we'll come back to the stonework on another video. Hopefully this windows will only take one. I will have to keep an eye on the time. It might go into 2 videos, but we'll see. Anyway, we'll make a start. Now I thought maybe these ones here would be a different green, so we'll make a start on that. As before, light coat of the lightest colour, which is the light one, obviously, of the phthalo green. So we'll do a light coat of that in here, and we'll see how it goes. I just thought I would keep it all greens. I was going to do the same green, but watching it back, I just had a vision of doing it a different green. So I've picked out these greens which I thought might go quite well. So I'm going to just do a light coat on all the bits first, and see how we go. And they're not all the same actually, are they? This one's got rounded bits, that one hasn't, that one hasn't. They're not all exactly the same, but it doesn't matter. They look the same anyway, so that's what we'll do. So a very light coat of the lightest colour first. Got a clear day today. Nozak, he's out at Chroma Carnival today. He'll be out until he probably won't be back till the last train, which is probably about 11. So peace and quiet today for me to film, which is why I thought I would do it today, because it's a good day to do it, with no disturbances. I have started another picture off screen, off camera should I say, in Mysteria, and as I am going through the book from front to back, the next one I had to do was the girl with the lots of hair and the chameleon on her shoulder. So off screen I am doing that one because it is hashtag Anastasia August, so I thought I would do mainly Anastasia pictures. I have done some others, but I just thought, well, you know, I'll get stuck in and do some of them because I do love these pictures. They are so easy to colour, Anastasia has put in all the shadows and things for you, so you know exactly where to do the shading. They are so easy and so relaxing to do. You don't have to think about, you know, things or anything, so these are really nice to do. And there isn't one here, which there should be, so I'm going to actually just draw one in there, I think, just a little one, so that will be okay. Yeah, so he's out today, he was out yesterday, he was out the day before that. Things are getting progressively worse with him living here, and he is on the housing list, but anyone who lives in UK will know that the council housing list, they don't hurry themselves, and we've now been told by his community mental health nurse that he doesn't have a social worker anymore, and we've not been given a reason why exactly. I've been on the phone to the social services and been told that his social worker is still there, because we were wondering whether he'd left or been moved somewhere else. He is apparently still there, but he's on leave, so we don't really know why he's been, you know, taken off the books, because he hasn't been given a place to live yet. I do know when Zach was in a mood, he did send a couple of not very nice texts to his mental health nurse and his social worker. I don't exactly know what he said, but something along the lines that they were both useless and they don't help him or something. I think his nurse understands that he doesn't mean it. He does things when he's in a temper that he wouldn't probably normally do. And he just feels like they're not giving him the help he needs or the attention he needs. So I phoned up on Monday to see why he'd been taken off the books, and she couldn't tell me why. But his nurse and the housing, or his social worker and his, well, the social services, should I say, the lady I spoke to, the duty officer, and the nurse have both told me to phone up them and the housing that he's on, and to state a date that we are going to make him homeless, which means basically he will have to go wherever they put him, which hasn't gone down well, because he has been very fussy about where they put him. They did offer him a place that they thought would be suitable to him, and he refused to go there because he said it was too far away. So that's Zach for you. Right, now I'm going to go to my darkest one, which is the dark phthalo green. I'm just going to sharpen this a little bit more, excuse the noise. So yeah, so he's not been very cooperative. He's got lots of demands about where he wants to go, where he doesn't want to go. Bearing in mind these are only temporary places until he gets where he wants to go. In the end, these will only be temporary places, but we don't obviously know how long. But they aren't permanent, but he's still refusing to go to a lot of these places. So what I've said to him is, right, if we do this, that we're going to throw you out at probably like the end of September time. He will then have to go wherever they put him, whether it, you know, regardless of wherever it is. He probably won't like it being wherever he is, but I've told him, you know, if they offer you a place and you're going to be on the streets and you don't go, I can't I don't know if I can actually see him on the streets, but so then they will say, well, you weren't really throwing him out, and so he's going to have to go wherever they give him, because, you know, let's face it, if you were really on the streets, you would go anywhere rather than sleep on the streets. So I'm going way over this. That's alright, I can rub it out later on. So, you know, we said he's going to have to, you know, pull his finger out, go where they say he's got to go, and just put up with it, basically. So he's not very happy at the moment. But, I mean, that's what we've been told to do, because things here, he needs a social worker. Things here are getting progressively harder and harder. He's getting harder and harder to live with. We tell him not to do something and he does it. Because he was eating us out of house and home, we gave him his own shelf in the fridge, and we said, if it's not on your shelf, then it's not yours. And things were going missing off of our shelf, and it wasn't as if he was starving or anything and he didn't have anything left on his shelf. You know, we buy him what he wants. We ask him what he wants, and we go shopping and we buy him what he wants. But things still keep going missing that are not on his shelf. For instance, if we buy a pack of 4 tins of tuna, you know, he gets the majority of it, because we say, right, me and Tim will have 2 tins and you'll have 2 tins, so you know, he's actually got more than us in the long run. And we'll go to, you know, have a tuna sandwich or something at some point, and there'll be no tins of tuna in there. He's eaten all 4. Just things like that, you know, which is annoying, but it doesn't bother me that much. It bothers Tim greatly. Zach not being his biological child, Tim finds it a lot harder to deal with him than what I do. But the atmosphere between the two of them, Zach just winds Tim up completely. I mean, he finished off some strawberry jam, which I don't eat. Only Tim does. And Tim said, "Did you eat my strawberry jam?" "Oh, sorry, I thought it was mine." "Well, you haven't had jam for months, and it wasn't on your shelf, so it wasn't yours." "Oh, well, I thought it was mine." So things between them two are progressively, you know, building up again to another, you know, really sort of aggressive fight sort of thing. I mean, I love Zach to bits. He's my child, of course I do. So I very often do feel like I'm pig in the middle, which is you know, it is difficult for me, having to play that role. And I don't like to take sides, but when Zach is in the wrong, you know, like he's eating all the tuna sort of thing, I have to side with Tim and say, well, yeah, he was in the wrong, you know, he shouldn't have done that. But to Zach, it's not a big deal. But the thing is, he doesn't learn by his mistakes, and he'll keep doing the same thing. So we've stopped buying tuna altogether, because he said, you know, it's not fair that he should eat it all. So we've stopped buying it altogether for now. It really is you know, not a nice situation at all. But I mean, at the minute I'm trying to, you know, like I said in the other video, trying to sort of, right, I'll go to my medium one now. I'm trying to sort of clear the house as best I can, to declutter it, and so we can eventually move into a smaller place. So, but you know, in having to do that in between all these arguments and that are going on, it is not good, and it's so stressful. It really is. So yeah, that's sort of what's going on, and Zach shouldn't be going out as much as he is because he can't afford it. He's actually eating into his savings, which I have. I'm sort of in charge of his money. So I've been sort of saying no to him before because he had to save it to, like, when he got a place, when he does get a place, if it needs furnishing, he's gonna need money to furnish it. So before I used to say no, he couldn't, you know, spend, you know, too much money out of his savings. But I've been giving in to him just lately because I just want him to go out. I just want the peace, you know, that there is in the house when he's not here. It sounds awful, I know, but it's just, I'm at an age now where I just want my life. I want to do what I want to do. I want to make videos. I want to declutter my house. You know, there's so many things that I want to do. And at the minute, I can't do these things. Only at certain times. I have to wait until he's out of the house, and it's not ideal. You know, I should be able to do these things whenever I want to, but it's just not that easy. So we'll have to see how things go, but you know, they're not that good at the minute. And Zach's very, I don't know what the word is, but he'll you know, me and Tim will get up and we'll be in perfectly good moods, and then Zach will come down and he'll start an argument. And it's very, very hard not to bite. You know, people say, well, just ignore him, you know, don't bite, sort of thing. And that works to a point, but you can only do it so much before you snap yourself and you have to bite back. And then, you know, it goes backwards and forwards, and everybody's got a breaking point, you know. And so we've been advised to, you know, phone up the social services and the housing and say, right, you know, you've got a month, just over a month, to find him somewhere to live. By the end of September he will be homeless. So that's what I've got to do, but for a mother to do that is, you know, very, very hard. But then again, I can't live here with him like this. So we'll see how things go. So, I mean, the lady I spoke to on Monday, she said, I really wish there was more I could do for you. She said, I can hear it in your voice that, you know, you're at breaking point, you've just had enough. And, you know, when someone that you don't even know, a total stranger, can actually hear it in your voice, you know, that you crying out for help, sort of thing, and there's not a lot that they can do, it's not good. You know, it's not nice at all. So, right, what I'm doing with this middle one, hi Lily, what I'm doing with this middle one is I am, hello, no, it's not first time, no it's not first time, come on, good girl. So what I'm doing with this middle one is we've done the light and we've done the dark in the darkest area. Going over the dark, and I am going over out from the dark, so bringing it a bit out into the light bit. And we will do the light over that again as well, so that will hopefully blend all together, because I'm not making a very good job of this. Probably all the stress and things, it's like, yeah, it's coming out in my colouring as well now, but oh well, we'll get there. Hi again. Hello. Come on, off you come. I'm not making a fuss of you. No, it's not fuss time. No, you can rub yourself all over my face if you want. Come on. So, yeah, that's what's happening at the minute. And Zach's not happy that he's going to have to go wherever. Because I've told him, if we don't throw him out then, and they haven't found him anywhere or whatever, it's going to be very hard for me to put him on the streets. But if he refuses to go where they want to put him, they're going to then think that he's not really homeless. So, he will have somewhere to go. He will be able to stay here or whatever, which isn't the case. So, I've got to be strong and just do it. And he's probably going to hate me for a while for making him go somewhere that he really doesn't want to go. But that's what we've been advised to do by social services. So, once I've, can get round to doing it, I've got to phone social services and give them a date, and phone up the council and give them a date as well, that when he will be homeless, and they should find him somewhere before that. Hopefully, anyway, that's the plan. It probably will be somewhere where he doesn't want to go, and he'll probably totally hate me for making him go somewhere he doesn't want to go, but I can't help that. That's how it is. That's how it is, and can't help that. But on a lighter note, hopefully he's having fun today. He's gone to Chroma Carnival. He went on Saturday, I think it was. They seem to have like a carnival there all week. They have different things on all week. I think they have a fairground and floats and things through the streets and lots of things going on. So, yeah, he usually goes every year, and I think last year he got thrown off the field because the security had found a bottle of alcohol in his bag that didn't belong to him. Someone had asked him to put it in his bag for him, and Benzac he had, and then he got caught with it and he got thrown out. So, and then I think he tried to sneak back in on another bit or something. So there's always drama with Zach at some point. So hopefully today he's had a good day and there's not going to be any drama, and not too much anyway, let's hope. So yeah, that's sort of what's going on at the minute. So it's all good. I don't do much in my life. It's not very exciting, not much goes on really, so not really much to tell you. But I have to talk about something. I can't just colour and sit here, silently. Lily, hello. Hello, Soppy. Hello, Soppy. Go on then. Off you go. She's a funny one. She never used to be Soppy with me. She used to be a daddy's girl. And she used to be all Tim, and Dylan was all mine. He comes to me. He'll want to sit on my lap and he'll want to sit on my desk. And he's always, but Lily was the one who always wanted to sit on Tim. And we used to say she was a daddy's girl. And then all of a sudden, I don't know why, for some reason, she must be about 5 or 6 now. For some reason, she decided one day she was going to climb on my chair. And then I put my hand up and she rubbed herself on my hand. And then she jumped down and rubbed herself on my face. And come on, I can't see what I'm doing. Go on. And so yeah, she still sits on Tim and wants him. She doesn't sit on me, she wants to sit on my desk. She sits on the back of my computer desk chair. And she'll rub herself against my head, the top of my head, and then she'll try and climb on the top of my head and rub herself on my head. And she's quite funny, but she can be really, really naughty as well. She's the one that chews wires. So we have to have like the bedroom doors shut because she'd chew the wires to the alarm clocks and the hair dryers and anything I've got in there. She'll, chew the wires. We tried hiding wires up and she finds them somehow. So she's the wire eater. Doesn't matter whether they're plugged in. I'm surprised she's not electrocuted herself by now. But she hasn't, and she still chews wires, so. But she's a funny one. She definitely is a character, I'll tell you. Dylan's more laid back. He especially since he's come back from the vets, and he's always like that. When he's been, his knots and that have been cut out, and he's always happier and wants more fuss all the time, and he's more of a fuss pot. She's just the one that wants to get her face in the camera all the time. She seems to know that I'm talking to somebody, although she can't see who, and she thinks I'm talking to her, I think. So it's like, Mum, give me fuss, and it's like, no, I can't give you fuss all the time, because she wants to stand on the book and have fuss and things. So, but she's a character, and she will insist if you're on the toilet and if you don't shut the door properly, she'll, doesn't matter how hard it is shut, if it's not shut completely properly and there's a little bit sticking out that she can grab hold of with her claws, she actually opens the doors, and she has to come and see you when you're on the toilet. And you have to put your feet up because she wants to rub herself against your feet. So she's quite a character. Where Dylan will come in the toilet and he will jump up on the ottoman box thing that's next to the toilet. He will jump up on there, and he wants fuss all the while. But she's usually the one that opens the doors and comes in and wants fuss and that. But yeah, she's quite a character, that one. So, and honey, you better not be doing what I think you're doing in here, honey. She's got a habit of, she goes into the cat litter tray. Disgusting habit, and I'm told that dogs eat other animals' waste because it contains vitamins and things. She's on complete dog food, and we do add like a little bit of tinned meat for her, just so it's moist and it's not, all crunchy all the time. So she gets all the vitamins that she needs. She doesn't need, to eat that, but she's got a habit. Honey? So, disgusting animals. Right, I think I'm going to do, I've brought the other pencils through with me, and I think I'm going to do probably a combination. Right, I've got the other pencils that we were using, which are the May Green, the Earth Green Yellowish, and the Permanent Green Olive. So I think with these side bits here, I think these will be the same colour as them ones. I mean, you don't have to do the same colours as what I'm using, if you want to do the typical stained glass windows. You could do them as many colours as you like, really. But I mean, you can colour along with me if you want. If I do these little bits here as windows, I think, as well, and they're all going to be the same colour. So yeah, that'll be okay. I'll do this one the same. That's the same colour as well. Got a lot of erasing to do because I keep going over. I think Drop Dead Fred is in the house today. Keep jogging me and making me go over where I shouldn't be going over. Right, I'm just going to do all these bits first so I know exactly what bits I'm doing with these pencils, because there's nothing worse than thinking you're doing the right colour and then you're doing it wrong. So these bits are all going to be more olivey green, and then the other bits are going to be more the sort of vibrant darker green, more sort of jadey green really. So yeah, that's what we'll do. I just get a vision really. I had a vision that I was going to do is completely different to what I've done it, and it wasn't until I was watching it back, because I always watch them back just to make sure they're okay. And I was watching it back and I thought, that's it, and I could see it from a different angle. Watching them like that, it just, watching it on camera to looking at it like here, it looked completely different, and I thought, I can see it now, and it just completely popped out on, what I should be doing with that. And I thought, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And I was going to do it all the same colour, and then I thought, no, but I'll stick with the greens. And so I could have actually done sort of like the other green, the other light green. I can't think what it's called offhand. It might just be called light green. But then I saw the phthalo greens, and I just thought that would look so good, a darker green in amongst, the lighter green. So that's what we're doing. Whether it'll look good when we're finished or not is another matter, but we'll see. We'll see how it comes out. And when I finish this, what I'm going to do is probably just a colour and chat. I'm hoping that I will get a chance to do another picture before the month is out, hopefully, and then I'll pick another picture from either this or Mysteria, and I'll do another one. It doesn't have to be the hashtag or whatever, or well, it will be, because if I do one of these books, but I just thought we'll see how that goes, and if I get a chance to do another one with you, I will. And it doesn't have to be a hashtag one, it'll just be one from this one of these books by Anastasia, because it's that month, so it won't necessarily be a hashtag one, it'll just be one from one of her books. But I mean, if you want to colour along, you can. If you don't want to, then you don't have to. I'm sort of easygoing. Sometimes it's just nice to watch people and just see what techniques they use, or how they do certain things, and to learn things from them. So very often I'll just watch somebody. I don't always comment now. I don't always have time to watch everybody, but I do still watch people. I don't join in as much now as I used to, because I really haven't got the time or Zach's kicking off or something, and you know, I can't join in with the chat and things, but I will stop by. I will leave a like, even if I don't make a comment. I will stop by, you know, as many people as I can, and when I'm uploading, like I was the other day, I was uploading some, and I did actually leave comments on them, some then. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It depends what's going on. It depends if Zach's kicking off, or you know, if something's happening, or I'm busy listing eBay stuff, or taking photographs, or something, you know. So it just really just depends on what is going on at the time. So, you know, in this house, you never know. You know, you can get up in a perfectly good mood, and then, you know, Zach can come down and you end up in a completely bad mood. So, you know, you just don't know what's going to happen in this house from day to day, really. What was the time? 30. So yeah, but I do still watch most of you that I used to watch. I will leave a like. I don't always comment, so you don't always know I've been there, but I'm hoping, like, when things get a bit better, which I'm hoping they will when Zach's moved out, but I mean, after that, when he's gone, I will be very busy, because I will be sorting out the spare room, and the stuff I'm keeping will go in his old room, because at the minute there's nowhere to store it. So if I take it out and try and sort it out, I end up putting a lot of it back in again, which is defeating the object. I'm trying to sort of clear it so I can start again and turn it into a craft room. So, but once Zach is gone, I can clear stuff and put stuff in his room then. Gone over again, look, the Fred is really in the house today. So yeah, that's the plan. Once Zach's gone, we've told him there will be no coming back, because he doesn't get on with Tim. He thinks Tim should go back to Leeds to his family, and me and him should just live together. Well, you know, it's not going to happen. You know, my husband is not just going to go just because Zach says that he should. So, yeah. The joy of kids. I did tell you, didn't I? I sent to my neighbour the other day because one of her rabbits keeps getting out and coming into our garden, and I looked out the window and rabbits in our garden again. So Zach went and got her, and she came round, and we couldn't catch it, and then we didn't know where it had gone to, and it had got out of the side gate and onto the driveway, and then it was under the car, and luckily it then ran round to her driveway. As we were saying, you know, like, they say you shouldn't have children, and there's the phone. I bet it's for me, so then I'm going to have to end this if it is. I'll be really sorry, but if it is for me. Oh, it's for Zach, actually. So, that's good. He's not here anyway, so Tim can leave and take the message. So, that's good. I haven't got to deal with that. So people ring up and want to speak to Zach, and they don't understand he really doesn't understand what they're saying. He spoke to somebody the other day about an appointment, and they don't want to speak to me, they want to speak to Zach. So I'm like, okay, speak to Zach. right, now I'm going to go in with the medium one. So I was like, okay, speak to Zach. And Zach came off the phone and I was like, well, who was that? I don't know. Well, what do you mean you don't know? Well, I don't know. They were saying something about an appointment, or I don't know what they were saying. So it's like, you know, I had to then ring them back and say, I'm really sorry, you know, but Zach didn't understand. Can you tell me, you know, what's going on? And it's like they try to make appointments and things with Zach, and he hasn't got a clue what they're on about or who they are or anything else. So they might as well speak to me to begin with, but no, that's not how it's done. And it's like, when are these people going to get it, you know, that you can't, you know, deal with Zach because he doesn't understand who you are, what it's about, where he's got to be, what time, or anything else. You know, he comes off the phone, he goes, I don't know, or I can't remember. You know, unless he's talking to his social worker or his nurse or whatever, then but even then, you know, they'll say something and you know, go somewhere or do something, or, and he says, I'm not sure what they said, I can't remember now. And he's like, oh, Zach. So I then have to ring them back and say, you know, what was that? What time was that? Where was it? Because he totally just doesn't get it. But these people, they don't get it either. But there you go. So now, yeah, really, you know, it's an appointment sort of thing. I have to look in our diary because we've got lots of hospital appointments and things. So I have to look in our diary to see what we've got on, to see if we can take Zach to this appointment. There's only been one appointment that he's gone to on his own, and that was to the housing, to the council, basically. Which he was, who's under the table? Oh, it's Honey, it's a dog. He was told to, you know, go there, and he knew where it was, and we knew what time as well, so I told him what time train to get, which he did. So yeah, but apart from that, it's a bit sort of, oh, I'm 42. Right, I'm going to say goodbye, guys, and I'm going to come back and we'll finish up then. Catch you later. Bye.